Social media is having a field day with President Donald Trump's latest viral moment, and this time it has nothing to do with his policies or tweets. A close-up photo showing what appears to be severely swollen feet and ankles has the internet in an absolute frenzy, with fans creating memes, cracking jokes, and some expressing genuine concern about the 79-year-old president's health. The images, which surfaced from Trump's recent public appearances, have sparked thousands of comments, with one particularly viral tweet reading, "Melania is not getting in bed next to this." The reaction has been swift, brutal, and absolutely relentless, turning Trump's ankles into the latest internet obsession. But behind the jokes and memes lies a real medical story that the White House has now officially addressed. Today we're breaking down the viral photos, the internet's wild reactions, and what medical experts are saying about this unexpected health revelation. The controversy began when photos emerged from Trump's attendance at the FIFA Club World Cup on Sunday, showing the president sitting in the stands alongside First Lady Melania Trump. Photos taken of President Donald Trump at the FIFA Club World Cup on Sunday showing what appear to be his severely swollen ankles have sparked new health fears among social media users. In the images that quickly went viral, the lower segments of both of his legs appeared somewhat enlarged, with his ankles appearing noticeably swollen above his dress shoes. The close-up nature of the photos made the swelling impossible to ignore, and within hours, the images were circulating across every major social media platform. What made the photos particularly striking was the contrast between Trump's formal attire and the obvious physical discomfort suggested by the swelling. The images also sparked curiosity from some social media users, who questioned how exactly the Republican had been able to cram his feet into his dress shoes given the apparent swelling. The timing couldn't have been more perfect for internet trolls and political commentators alike. The photos provided fresh material for both Trump supporters concerned about his health and critics ready to pounce on any sign of weakness from the 79-year-old president. The internet's reaction was swift and merciless. Within hours of the photos surfacing, hashtags related to Trump's feet began trending across multiple platforms. The comments ranged from genuinely concerned medical observations to absolutely savage roasts that had users crying with laughter. One of the most viral tweets read, "Melania is not getting in bed next to this," which perfectly captured the brutal humor that defines political discourse on social media today. The tweet racked up thousands of retweets and likes, spawning countless variations and response threads. On TikTok, users created compilation videos set to dramatic music, zooming in on Trump's ankles with exaggerated reactions. The platform's younger demographic had a field day creating memes, with some users pretending to be Melania reacting to the photos with horror and disgust. Twitter users didn't hold back either. Comments like, "Sir, those aren't ankles, those are cankles," and "Someone needs to tell Trump that his feet look like they're wearing invisible socks filled with water," flooded the platform. The creativity of internet trolls was on full display, with users comparing Trump's swollen feet to everything from balloons to stuffed sausages. But it wasn't just jokes and memes. Many users expressed genuine concern about what the swelling might indicate about Trump's overall health. Medical professionals and armchair doctors alike chimed in with possible explanations, ranging from heart problems to simple water retention. The political implications weren't lost on users either. Some questioned whether someone with visible health issues should be serving as president, while Trump supporters dismissed the concerns as overblown liberal hysteria. Faced with mounting speculation and increasingly viral memes, the White House was forced to address the elephant in the room, or should we say, the swelling in the shoes. The White House disclosed the 79-year-old president's medical information in response to speculation after photos showed Trump with swollen ankles. Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt said Trump noticed the swelling in recent weeks and received a thorough evaluation by the White House medical unit. The official diagnosis? President Trump has been diagnosed with a minor vein condition known as chronic venous insufficiency after he noticed swelling in his legs. The White House was quick to downplay any serious health concerns. According to the official statement, chronic venous insufficiency is a common condition, particularly in older adults, and is generally not considered life-threatening. The condition occurs when the veins in the legs don't properly return blood to the heart, causing fluid to pool and create swelling. Medical experts who weren't involved in Trump's care explained that the condition is indeed manageable and treatable through various methods including compression stockings, elevation of the legs, and in some cases, medication. However, the timing of the disclosure, coming only after viral photos forced their hand, raised questions about transparency regarding the president's health. The official medical explanation did little to slow down the internet's reaction machine. If anything, having a formal diagnosis seemed to give users even more material to work with many joking about chronic venous insufficiency becoming the new favorite medical term on social media. While the internet was busy making memes, medical professionals offered more serious analysis of what chronic venous insufficiency actually means for someone in Trump's position. Vascular surgeons and cardiologists who spoke to various media outlets emphasized that while the condition is common and generally not serious, it can be a sign of underlying cardiovascular issues. The condition typically affects people who spend long periods standing or sitting, are overweight, or have a family history of vein problems. At 79 years old and given the sedentary nature of many presidential duties, Trump fits several risk factors for developing this condition. Treatment options are relatively straightforward and non-invasive. Most patients manage the condition through lifestyle changes like regular exercise, leg elevation, and wearing compression garments. In more severe cases, medical procedures can help improve blood flow in the affected veins. However, some medical experts noted that visible swelling severe enough to be noticed in photographs might indicate that the condition has progressed beyond the earliest stages. They emphasized the importance of proper medical monitoring and treatment to prevent potential complications. The fact that Trump apparently noticed the swelling in recent weeks suggests this might be a relatively new development, though chronic venous insufficiency can develop gradually over months or years before becoming noticeable. What's fascinating about this story isn't just the medical aspect, it's how quickly a health concern transformed into a full-blown internet phenomenon. The viral nature of the Trump feet photos demonstrates the power of social media to turn even the most mundane medical conditions into cultural moments. The creativity of internet users in response to these photos has been both impressive and ruthless. Photoshop experts quickly got to work creating side-by-side comparisons with everything from inflatable pool toys to cartoon characters with swollen feet. The memes ranged from clever political commentary to pure absurdist humor. TikTok users created elaborate skits imagining conversations between Donald and Melania about his swollen feet. Instagram accounts dedicated to political humor saw their engagement skyrocket as they posted increasingly creative takes on the situation. Even LinkedIn, typically reserved for professional content, saw users making business-related jokes about swelling problems in the executive branch. The phrase, "Melania is not getting in bed next to this," became a launching pad for countless variations, with users applying the format to everything from Trump's other physical characteristics to unrelated political situations. The meme's popularity demonstrates how a single witty comment can capture the internet's imagination and spawn endless iterations. What's particularly interesting is how this medical revelation has been treated so differently from other presidential health disclosures. Previous presidents' health issues were typically discussed with more reverence and concern, but Trump's polarizing nature means even his medical conditions become fodder for political humor and commentary. The viral reaction to Trump's swollen feet reveals something deeper about our current political climate. In an era where every aspect of a president's life becomes public entertainment, even medical conditions can't escape the meme treatment. This incident highlights how social media has fundamentally changed the way we discuss and process information about our political leaders. For Trump supporters, the focus on his physical appearance represents another example of unfair media attention and liberal bias. They argue that similar scrutiny wasn't applied to previous presidents' health issues and that the mocking tone of much of the coverage is inappropriate and disrespectful. Critics, however, see this as fair game given Trump's own history of commenting on others' physical appearances and health. They argue that someone who has made personal attacks a cornerstone of his political strategy shouldn't be surprised when similar treatment comes his way. The incident also raises questions about presidential health transparency. While the White House ultimately provided a medical explanation, it only came after viral photos forced the issue. This pattern of reactive rather than proactive health disclosure continues a long-standing debate about how much the public has a right to know about their leaders' medical conditions. political strategists on both sides are already analyzing how this viral moment might impact Trump's image. Some worry that visible signs of aging or health issues could affect perceptions of his fitness for office, while others believe Trump's base remains unshakable regardless of such concerns. The specific mention of Melania Trump in the viral comment adds another layer to this story. The First Lady, known for her typically stoic public demeanor and carefully curated image, has become an unwitting part of the internet's latest obsession with her husband's health. The joke about Melania not getting in bed next to Trump because of his swollen feet taps into long-standing speculation about the couple's relationship dynamics. Social media users have long analyzed every interaction between the Trumps, looking for signs of tension or discord, and this medical revelation has provided fresh material for such speculation. Of course, there's no evidence that Trump's medical condition has any impact on his marriage, but the internet rarely lets facts get in the way of a good meme. The comment reflects more about our cultural fascination with celebrity relationships than any actual insight into the Trump marriage. Melania herself has remained characteristically silent about the viral reaction, maintaining her typical approach of staying above the social media fray while her husband's every move becomes internet fodder. As this story continues to evolve, it raises important questions about how we'll handle future health disclosures from aging political leaders. With Trump at 79 and other major political figures also advancing in age, visible signs of aging and health issues are likely to become more common and more scrutinized. The medical community's response to this incident has been largely educational, with many doctors using the viral attention to educate the public about chronic venous insufficiency and other common health conditions affecting older adults. In a strange way, Trump's swollen feet have probably taught more Americans about vein health than any public health campaign could have achieved. For Trump himself, this incident represents another example of how even the most personal aspects of his life become public spectacle. Whether this particular viral moment will have any lasting impact on his political standing remains to be seen, but it certainly won't be the last time his health becomes a topic of national conversation. The White House will likely be more proactive about addressing any future visible health concerns, having learned that in the age of social media, every photo is a potential viral moment waiting to happen. As for the internet's reaction, we can probably expect the memes to continue for weeks, with creative users finding new ways to incorporate Trump's feet into the ongoing political commentary. After all, once the internet latches onto something this entertaining, it rarely lets go quickly. Whether you find the reaction hilarious or inappropriate, one thing is certain: Donald Trump's feet have officially entered the pantheon of unexpected viral sensations, proving once again that in politics, absolutely anything can become a meme.